After nearly 2 whole years of working mostly alone on the Nether Tunnel project, I've completed the 6,000 blocks of our primary tunnels. They're still bare bones with just the outline and floor done, but it was still a feat to get them this far. I say mostly alone because I did have help now and then, but I can't for the life of me remember an exact list of who helped me and when. If you remember helping, please let me know and I'll try and credit you somewhere. And while I finished flying through all of the tunnels that I've since dug out, here's some stats about them. The vast majority of the tunnels were hand dug, save for a small stretch of the east tunnel where we did try to use a bore machine and ended up hating every minute of it. As mentioned, the tunnels altogether are around 6,000 blocks, but each tunnel stretches to only 1,524 on each axis and starts at 50 blocks away from Y0, or rather the 0 point of the nether. The space for each tunnel slice is 44 blocks tall and 21 blocks wide, reaching from the bottom at Y77 to the top at Y121, and between negative and positive 10 on the appropriate axis on each side of the tunnel. Altogether, the rough resources required to build the project as it stands right now tallies up to around 462,000 cobblestone, courtesy of the cobblestone farm at spawn, 140,000 cobblestone slabs from the same source, around 60,000 stained glass mined by hand from the desert west of spawn, 72,000 blackstone or blackstone slabs crafted with the basalt and coal from the cobble farm at spawn and the furnace array at spawn. Again, a lot of farms over at the spawn. 12,000 chain from the iron farm at spawn, and around 6,000 packed ice and blackstone pressure plates mined by hand and crafted from the blackstone used in the rest of the project. Now, while this is a pretty big project, there's still a lot to be done. We've got a lot of designing and a lot of more resources to gather for the design that we end up working on. We've got some things pinned down, like you can notice the markings on the floor. In this case, we're going down the white tunnel, which if I remember correctly is north. So every 100 blocks, we've got a beacon and the white path that marks that it's 100 blocks. And it'll have an exit to the nether and an entrance into the tunnel. That's part that we have to do into the design. But right now, everything's just bare cobblestone walls and a semi-interesting floor. But there's so much left to do here, and it's just a blank slate. And if you know me, a blank slate is the most interesting thing to start with. But since the hard part's done, now we've got the fun part to do. Either way, that's the end of the talking part. If you want to watch the rest of this, I will be flying through what remains of the tunnels. We're currently going down the east tunnel, so we should still have the south tunnel to do, if I remember correctly. So I'll see you next time.